Hi guys, I am Markus Schulz,
Ferry Corsten here.
and together we are the New World Punks, and you are watching
Toasted TV.
Finally, guys, welcome in Tomorrowland, Brazil.
Amazing. I can't believe it. Actually, this is my first time. You were here last year, and he was telling me all year long. He was telling me about it and making me jealous. So I'm happy to be here right now.
Barry, what's so good about it?
Well, you know, it's a relatively new festival in Brazil. And what I love about the South American crowd is that they travel from wherever. You know, so you have like tons of Colombians, tons of Argentinians, and wherever they come from in South America. First year, last year was amazing, but still a test for a lot of people. See you, testing the waters, and it was a success. And now this year again, I mean, I'm here for the second year with a full on stage, and you already see like the expectations and the anticipation. It's amazing. So, it's a very passionate crowd. And it's a pleasure.
What strikes me is that, I mean, I've been to Tomorrowland in Belgium plenty of times, and walking around here for the first time, it's like they transplanted a piece of Belgium into this beautiful country with all these beautiful people. It's such a weird place to be now.
And you know what? The location is amazing as well. Tonight of all nights, it was a full moon coming up, so we were walking through the artist village through all of these bushes that were all lit up, and the full moon is coming up, and it's just like Tomorrowland in Belgium, where the location is magical. This location, I don't know how they found this location, because it is absolutely beautiful, and you feel something special about it. It's not just a field or a stadium, and in the parking lot they put up some stages. This is an experience with nature,
And amazing people. I mean, like you said, the crowd everybody is really nice, pleasant to be around. It's like a breath of fresh air, basically.
Yeah, like I said, it's beautiful people, but I think also the whole attitude of Brazilians is very relaxed, and living life to the max, enjoy life, and that's really what you get. Like what you said, it's an amazing place. The artist village is this beautiful sort of rolling hills kind of Japanese garden. That already looks like that by itself, but then when Tomorrowland comes in and dresses it up with all the butterflies and fairy tale stuff, it really is like a different place. It's amazing.
Less dreamlike, but more in your face are the neighbors. I think that's probably the Q dance stage. Is it really pumping here loud? It's like, it must be hard. I mean, you probably hear it when you mix, right?
Honestly, you hear it more here in the green room, backstage, than when you are actually on the stage. But trance is known for its breakdowns and big epic moments and stuff. As soon as there's an epic big sort of like string whatever emotional thing going on, it's like the dong 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 from next door. It's like, okay, thanks guys, can you turn it down a bit? But I feel like instead of knocking on the door for a cup of sugar, I feel like I'm knocking on the door like, hey, turn it down, but
But you were known for doing some Gabbar tunes yourself with Scum and Sons of Aliens, which I think is a fantastic name.
Sons of Aliens, I know. I had my part of it. Yeah, a part in it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and hey, it's part of my own evolution. I know some DJs that used to make hardstyle, hardcore, Gabbar, whatever you call it. They shy away from it right now. Like no, never did it. I did it. Yeah, it was fun. I realized it wasn't for me. I got headache after like 2 hours in the studio making it. But I tried it, and it was part of my own evolution and it made me the person that I am today. Really.
What I was wondering about, I mean, it was such a massive thing in Holland, the whole Gabbar thing, and probably across the borders as well. And suddenly it just disappeared. And maybe it was just the media who stopped writing about it, or what do you think? Did it really just disappear overnight?
I don't know. I don't think it really disappeared, because it had certain markets like Scotland and Italy, for example, where it was still very big for a long time, and then it evolved. I think Gabbar definitely is the old word. We're talking about hardstyle or hardcore, but I think more hardstyle now. So it really has evolved into also like any other genre, like a genre that is sort of like a different form of its former self. But it's still massive, and it's really growing again, I feel.
It's fantastic to see it here. Hey, we were just talking about the fact that we just got the bad news that Prince passed away, and you were just playing his records in Amsterdam 2 days ago, right?
Yeah, I was actually in my hotel room in Amsterdam just a couple of days ago and just listening to Prince, and I mean, is one of the pure musical geniuses of our time. I mean, what a big loss. And I remember today feels like the day that I heard Michael Jackson died. It really feels like this is something that we all grew up listening to. It hurts, you know.
Well, it's shocking, you know. Like first Bowie, and then Prince, and it's a few of the great ones, you know, that really like, you know, passed away right after each other, basically. So, and it's, you know, apart from what you said, it also for me it's like a realization of we're all getting older, really, you know. And
Well, I was about to say a little macabre thing. Maybe we're waiting for the first DJ to die.
Oh my God.
yeah, let's not go there. Yeah, but I mean,
you know,
it
listen.
happened. It happened already, I guess, you know. But yeah, I mean, yeah, we're all getting older, you know. It's I mean, Marcus and I think we're like the second or the third generation of DJs, and you know, and all the Martin Garrixes of today.
But you know what? The thing, it really makes you take note of the fact that do something legendary with your time. You know, don't just do color by numbers type of music, but do something that's gonna make you immortal. Prince, David Bowie, Michael Jackson. I mean, these are all immortal artists they're gonna live forever. And you know, I think that is, as an artist, that's what you should strive for, to make something that's immortal. And I mean, it really just it kind of puts an exclamation point on that. It's, you know, we all got to get back in the studio, and you know, the bar has been set many generations ago, and I just feel that the bar has not even been touched again. And I think it's maybe time to get back into the studio and really try and you know, reach those standards of immortality in your music.
Are you actually working on new material yourself?
I'm releasing a new artist album on April 29th. So, yeah, it's another artist album, another 2 years worth of work. You know, all these albums, any album that you do, you put you know, your heart and soul and years of work into it. So, yeah, it's another album of absolute heartache and love and everything.
Watch the World, right?
Watch the World. Yep. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. No, I know. You didn't say it. I said it for you.
If you
My marketing manager over here, Ferry. Make sure I don't forget anything. Yes, Watch the World. Thank you, Ferry.
All right.
Yeah, but do you realize yourself? Because I mean, you said like try and strive for something that's timeless or that's like classic. But a lot of artists make something special, and only when they die, like years after they die, a lot of people realize it was really fantastic.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, you know, there's a lot of artists today that are very frustrated because maybe they're not getting the recognition that they're hoping for, or that they deserve. To be honest with you, but you know, when you make music, it stands still. You know, in time, it's etched in time, and it's just a matter of people appreciating it generations and generations later. And I think that's what I'm trying to say is, you know, I've always wanted to try and make, and Ferry, you know, he's always done this, make music that the next generation and generations after are going to listen to it and go, wow, you know.
Do you realize that you write something timeless? I mean, I'm a big fan of punk. I love that song. First time I heard it, I was like, wow, this is a #1 hit, basically, as far as I'm concerned. Do you realize it yourself when you produce a track like that?
I don't think you realize it at that very moment. You know, it's you just do it. You think something's great, but I guess more often than not, I feel when I make something like that is so different, I'm really scared at first to release it, because it's like, oh, it's so different. You know, I think people are gonna hate it. I don't know. They don't like it. Whatever. But I think that is eventually what everybody should do. You know, I feel right now that the scene is become too. Everybody plays safe. You know, every DJ out there plays like the hits that everybody hears already 25 million times a day during the radio while they sit in the supermarket behind the cashier, you know, behind the cash machine, whatever you call it. Yeah, you know what I mean. But you don't want to go out. I mean, you know, that's what I hope that people think. Like, hey, I'll go out to hear new music, the exciting part of it, and not
This is touching on the next subject. A lot of people exclaimed that the EDM is dead finally now. I mean, they did it 3 years ago, 2 years ago, now this year again. Is it dead or?
I think people put their hands up enough, you know, like put your fucking hands up. We've heard it, and people have been standing like that for. Everybody has shoulders this big right now, and it's time for some grooves. I think you know, those hips, they can use a bit of exercise, and you know, the heart can be trained again with some melodies, with trance. I think trance is gonna come up big time this year. But just the straight up banging with no emotion, and it's just like, you know, bro music. I think it really has seen its last days. It's still will be there for this season and maybe the next as well. But you know, on the sides you see this whatever future house, whatever that means. It's like UK garage in a new way, you know, from '95. But you know, I think the grooves are coming back, and yeah.
The thing is, though, whatever becomes big, I just find that it just becomes oversaturated quickly. For example, when like right now the whole you know, deep house thing is big, and all of a sudden there's radio stations playing deep house 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. DJs everywhere playing it, and it's like there's no variety. There's no. It's just oversaturated, and then they just jump on a sound and just kill it. Just they pound it until it's dead. And I've always felt like, you know what? Listen, I love trance, right? But when there's like on a Sunday afternoon when I'm out by the pool or in the garden or somewhere, it's like I want to hear something different. There's like, it's a soundtrack to, there's music that's a soundtrack to your life, you know? And it's like people are not in the same mood 24 hours of the day, but I just feel like anytime something is big, it just becomes oversaturated 24 hours a day. And I'm really looking forward to the days when there's creativity in playlists. I think that's the biggest problem right now with EDM, whether we want to call it EDM, whether you want to call it house, trance, whatever. The biggest problem is no creativity in playlists, where they do the same formula and pound the same sounds 24 hours a day, or for an entire set it's the same sound, the same tempo, and I mean, to be honest, that's what's killing it. Something becomes hot and stale almost overnight.
I fully agree. I was also like, normally you expect something new to come up, and I must be honest, when it comes to dance music, for a long time I was like, well, it's kind of getting boring. Where are the really cool new things? And then suddenly last year on Amsterdam Dance Event, I walked into a concert of Eindmusik, which I thought was amazing, different stuff. And I was happy to see that Collectief Turmstrasse is actually playing in Tomorrowland Brazil as well. So there are always new stuff.
So yeah, there's definitely the progression and new guys coming over.
And that's what I think. I mean, I'm definitely not saying the music isn't out there, because it's out there. There's wonderful music. There's wonderful trance music out there. It's just a lot of the programmers, and I don't necessarily always mean radio programmers, but there's also playlist programmers on YouTube, on Spotify, and all these. It's just there's so many amazing artists that just need support. They need help, and that's always been what a DJ is to find these. I mean, we used to get such a thrill out of discovering an artist from a different genre or something, and like bringing them to into a different genre, because the music is that amazing. You know, it's like I said, creativity in programming, I think what was lost during the EDM explosion, and I hope that not just musically, but I hope that programming is going to start becoming more innovative and creative.